Happy New Year. Really hard to even say that, given what happened last year and the seizure of that year, which is still working its way through. I was really excited when the Poetry Project asked me to create a guided visualization for New Year's Day 2021. A visualization that would be a celebration of poetry, but also just lead everybody into sort of a gentle, relaxing way of entering into 2021. And I decided that maybe the way to do that would be to confront the energies of the present, not with the traditional singing bowls and flutes that are normally used to accompany trance or guided visualizations into states of mind-body relaxation, but rather to try and see what would happen if I could put the guided visualization with a piece of music that would be considered much more in alignment with noise and rock. And what would happen with these two divergent energies coming together in one piece of sound experiment? So that's what I did. I hope that it works for you. And I really want to thank Thurston Moore for allowing me to use the beautiful, exquisite track from his album Spirit Council, which I really highly recommend that everybody listen to in its entirety. It's like an hour and a half long album. And so sit back and maybe relax as you listen to it. Definitely have an experience. I also thought it might be really cool if you wanted to grab a pen and paper and do some writing while you were listening to the track. It's an old Poetry Project staple to have music playing and writing at the same time. So however it is that you want to use the space of this half hour, use it knowing that the way that you're using it is the right way. So thank you so much for being on this journey. Hope that you enjoy the track. Happy New Year again, everybody. And I really look forward to seeing everybody in person soon.
There's a spot in your body where your bones touch a surface. For some people, this might be a chair. For others, a mattress. For others, the floor. Whether carpeted or wood, concrete, or tile, whichever surface your body is touching, drop down into it. Like air through a straw, send your breath to this point and feel the flesh of you soften and surrender. Drop down even deeper, feeling a heaviness, pleasant and soothing, whatever hurts in you, feeling a relaxing, a safe, and a protecting. From this place, move your mind to your feet and find your toes wiggling and bending, being toe-like in no matter what expression. Now noticing the soles of your feet. If bare, are they warm or cool? If socked, are they cottoned or rayoned? Noticing the particular places where sock meets skin or temperature meets skin, and dropping in to feel yourself in your feet even deeper. Now moving up to your ankles, wiggling or bending, being ankle-like in no matter what expression. Now noticing the tendons in your ankles, holding your feet like a hot air balloon holds a basket. Noticing the particular feel of your ankles when relaxing, when not carrying anything, for now just dropping into, feeling your mind in your ankles even deeper. Now moving your mind up to your calves to bring attention, flexing or stretching, being calf-like in no matter what expression. Now noticing the muscles in your calves, holding your ankles, holding your feet, noticing the particular feeling of your calves when relaxing, not carrying anything for now, and dropping into your calves, feeling your mind even deeper. Now moving your mind up to your knees, knobbed with ball and socket, being knee-like in no matter what expression. Now noticing the muscles in your knees, holding your calves, holding your ankles, holding your feet. Noticing the particular feelings of your knees when relaxing, not bending into anywhere for now, and dropping into your knees, feeling your mind even deeper. Now moving your mind up to your thighs, fleshy with muscle, softly cellulite, sometimes round, sometimes taut, in no matter what expression. Now noticing the flesh of your thighs when tensing and then releasing, noticing the particular feeling of your thighs when relaxing, not tensing or running, not fleeing, for now just sitting and relaxing and dropping into your thighs, feeling your mind even deeper. Now moving your mind to your hips, muscles holding complex webbing around rotating sockets, hips holding spiraling movements around pleasure organs in no matter what age or expression, breathing into spiraling of tender releasings, openings into feeling, permissions to these feelings, of all that is pleasurable in being hip, held and spiraling, mid-body like pendulum swinging orbits of pleasure for now, just feeling hip openings and dropping into your hips, feeling your mind even deeper. Now moving your mind to your belly, bands circling, sometimes taut, sometimes blubby. Be in the full expression of your belly, letting it loosen and breathe, lifting belly, laughing belly, breathing full belly, holding and releasing, opening into accepting belly, bands circling around to sacrum, lower back loosening with this breathing, settling down into settling bellward toward the earth. For now, just feeling belly breathing and dropping into your belly, feeling your mind even deeper. Now moving your mind to your spine, cascading like water over curved rocks, downward and then back up again. Sometimes in alignment, sometimes not. The bones in your spine are curving in no matter what expression, as nerves like fine strings, think guitar, vibrate around bones, scaling downwards and then back up from neck to sacrum. Hear your spine vibrating into a frequency of strings. Move breath up and down your spine, adjusting spine to the frequency and breath, up and down from earth to sky. For now, just feeling music of your spine and dropping down into your spine, feeling your mind even deeper. Now moving your mind to your shoulders, angel wings folded around your spine, shoulder bones in no matter what expression, carrying the weight of the world, weight of grief, weight of money, weight of love, weight of pain, weight of brutality, weight of injustice, weight of insanity, weight of presence. Imagine all of this weight now lifting from your body. In this moment, it is not yours to carry. Imagine the muscles in your shoulders like a sheet with hands smoothing wrinkles over a still, calm surface and releasing your breath. Adjusting shoulders to the absence of weight, breathing into shoulders feeling lighter, giving weight to the noise, giving weight to the sound, giving weight to the space that surrounds you, giving weight to the earth, so that for now you can just feel the opening of your shoulders to the weightlessness of noise and dropping down into your shoulders, feeling your mind even deeper. And from shoulders, moving your mind to pay attention to your lungs. Breathing lungs, oxygen lungs, porous lungs, in no matter what expression. Be with the breathing of your lungs, sending breath to heart, sending breath to shoulders, sending breath to belly, sending breath to every cell, sending breath to who you love, sending breath to who you hate, breath to who is suffering, slowing down everything, slowing down everything. Fully relaxing, deepening, feeling the heaviness of being. Lunged creatures in luminous human body forms of no matter what expression. Breathing in for a count of 4 and holding. Out for a count of 8. Breathing in for a count of 4, holding. Out for a count of 8. And releasing breath from lungs to nose, feeling the coolness of breath on upper lip, breathing out, then inhaling, taking breath in again, to swirl wispy-like, breathy-like, an aroma. Out, inhaled into and around your mind. Now seeing a door opening at the very top of your head, and as you breathe out, your breath, see it floating out of your mind and into the space that surrounds you. Breath to the air that holds you. Breath to the sky that pulls you skywards toward nebula, moon rising. Breath to cloud glassing towards sun, to sun that seems in circles to the earth as it turns in orbit toward the light, sometimes against the light. spinning in space, you are now on this planet, moving ever skyward, into noise that is hawk, into hawk that is dive, into dive that is no sense, not knowing, knowing only. You, luminous you changing, tempo, changing pace, feeling noise move your body, luminous echoing through space. Have you ever had a dream of flying, feeling your body fall backward into space, knowing that space holds you there, buoyant, because the spaceship is your body, and it is pleasurable to float, moving quickly, moving slowly, making circles in the sky, making curlicues, making defying gravity sounds, moves in the sky, looking down the landscape while flying, seeing it change from fire-ravaged forest to flood-soaked city. As you travel, you can continue to listen to the sound of my voice, or listen to the sounds of the instruments, or tune out completely this cacophonous symphony. You might want to stop listening, instead pay attention to your dreaming mind, hearing my words but paying no attention. Because as you travel in your dream of flying, spirals move light through your body, looping tide, silt, and shoreline through time. Time, repeat, move. Moving, keeping time with drifting. Repeating, drifting, reappearing, repeat. Sonic looping, drifting through your body. Mind, spiraling your time into strings of sound. Sonic noise moves through measure. As music drifts scales that spiral through your body. As you spiral, you traveling with music measures time. Drifting now toward earth, now see atmosphere. See clouds parting as you fall ground bound but slowly, sailing down, softly landing. 2 feet on soft earth. Path as snow begins falling on confused green spring, walking or perhaps hovering just above the earth, comfortably traveling in your mind. You are walking on a path. It may be dirt or grass or pavement. It may shift as you move forward, walking 1 foot in front of the other, wondering where you are going, moving forward as frequency and vibration, repetition and then noise. In a moment, the symphony will expand into noise, noise eclipsing, noise surrounding, noise that may seem loud to the you that is dreaming, but it's all right to dream loudly as you confront the wall of sound and keep walking on the path, noticing, What vibration moves your body into form?
Hi, everybody. I'm Sarah Jane Stoner, and I'm here to write with you for a minute. My mind is so full of different ways that a person could try to approach writing on this day. But one that has stuck with me through the year, really, is thinking about the difference between strategies and tactics. As that difference is drawn in a book called The Practice of Everyday Life by Michelle Desserteau. The difference between a tactic and a strategy, briefly, is that a strategy is something that is practiced by someone or something with power. And that power is created by the having of a proper place. This proper place allows for a certain kind of capitalization on advantages, as well as, planning and expansionism, versus a tactic, which Desserteau describes as an art of the weak. A tactic is something improvisatory. The way that it's described that I like the best here in the book. A tactic is a calculated action determined by the absence of a proper locus. Now, I'm also thinking a lot about rubble, and the rubble of the self, and the rubble of this year. And I'm thinking about the ways in which everyone has had to improvise, that everyone has had to discover new tactics for living, for surviving, for responding to our own needs and the needs of others. And I'd like to invite you to write with me now through this rubble and maybe toward the recognition of some tactics that you've practiced this year. To that end, I have a bowl here. And you're going to make a bowl out of your notebook. So if you would get your notebook and an implement that you love to write with, if that's your computer, perfect. You're going to make a bowl in your notebook. This bowl I love. I don't let myself use it very often. I kind of hide it from myself, which says something about me, I know. But in our bowls, we're going to be thinking about the fragments, the rubble that has accumulated over this year, that if we are to give it its due, it might have some tactics for us, a sense of ways of doing things that we've spontaneously devised. Okay. So now that you've got your notebook and your pen, I'm just going to suggest different ways to identify some of this rubble. Okay, so I want to start again with thinking about time. So if you were to name certain chunks of time in this year, that you could put in your bowl, right? In this bowl that you're gathering rubble in, how would you name these chunks of time in the year? Write 2 or 3 names of chunks of time that you recognize as happening in this year. Okay, now, dreams. What dreams have you had this year? What fragments of these dreams do you remember now? What waking dreams have you had? Let yourself really name them. Name those dreams. Excavate that thing that you saw in your sleep that has shaped your year, that has been a part of the rubble of this year. What are some words that have just clung to your consciousness this year? Make a list of them. What are those words that have marked this year for you? Let them be their own rubble, those words. The words of this year. Do they thud like rocks? Do they swallow like clouds? Do they hover like concepts? What are the words? Okay, what are experiences that you had this year that are a part of the rubble of this year that you want to put in this bowl? Maybe you did never expect yourself to have them. Maybe they're a part of your yearly routines that you clung to, that you held in a different way. What are the experiences that you had that you want to put in your bowl on this day? Okay, let's talk about matter. And I guess by matter, I mean matter. What is the stuff that is a part of the rubble of this year that you want to put in your bowl? You could also think of it as substance. What have been the substances of this year that you want to put in your bowl now? Write them down. What new, old understanding is in the rubble of this year? Pull it out. Maybe it is the rubble. Maybe this understanding became rubble this year. You can let it be rubble. Write it down in your bowl. The rubble of this year. Some understanding you once had that became rubble. Write it down. Okay. What are the darknesses that have approached you this year? What has drawn you close to them or pushed you away? What kind of gifts have you found in these darknesses? What kind of fears? Put it in your bowl. Now, what have the comforts of this year been? What have you allowed yourself to receive as a pleasure this year? Put it in your bowl. Write it down. Pleasure or comfort or kindness. Something sweet that stays with you, that you want in your bowl. You put it in your bowl, write it down. What kind of art has come to you this year? In what way have you needed it? Put it in your bowl, write it down. The art that has been a part of the rubble of this year. Now, people. Who are the people that have been a part of the rubble of this year for you that you want to put into your bowl? Maybe you want to put them in your bowl to fight with them. That's fine. Maybe you want to get closer to them, and so you put them in your bowl. maybe you want to recognize the ways that you're already close. Name the people who have been a part of the rubble of this year for you, in ways small or large. What is clear to you now? Sitting in the rubble of this year, putting it in a bowl, what became clear to you? What purposes do you find there in that clarity? Write it down. What is clear now? Put it in your bowl just by writing it down. What is clear now? Maybe there's a purpose there, too. And finally, what have the desires of this year been? Whether they have been met or not. How has the rubble of this year brought you closer to your desires? Can you name them? Put them in your bowl. Of course, the video freezes when you talk for too long about desire. I've returned. I'm now wearing a sweater. It started snowing. And I'm now going to invite you to take up what you put into the bowl of rubble from this past year. Elements of that rubble. Elements of yourself in that rubble of the year. And to write a poem using it, or whatever kind of text you want. But for our purposes right now, we'll say poem. And I invite you also, as you're working with this material, to think about how each of these things in your bowl from this rubble of the year might be considered a tactic in Descartes' sense. So I'm just going to read one sentence from the Descartes. Tactics are procedures that gain validity in relation to the pertinence they lend to time, to the circumstances which the precise instant of an intervention transforms into a favorable situation, to the rapidity of the movements that change the organization of a space, to the relations among successive moments in an action, to the possible intersections of durations and heterogeneous rhythms, etc. So it's something to do with how the thing reorganizes space and gives meaning to time. It's like the way that a poem and a protest are similar, or like an action or a word is never totally individual, that it always involves other people. I hope you enjoy working on this poem. I would love to read it if you feel like sharing it. I'm totally findable on the internet. And I wish you a really good year. We all need it.